Hi, I'm Alex Pault, and I'd like to welcome you to another episode of Talking Timepieces, where we talk about watch collecting and horology. Today, I've got a fun product. I mean, truly fun product. And it's not an April Fool's joke. I know today's April 1st, but just happened to be the time I got around to making the video. And although it may sound like a joke, a very cool, high-quality plastic Swiss watch is in this box. And I don't normally do unboxings, but the packaging is very closely tied to the identity of the product. So, paper box, tied, hashtag tied, and a little like carry bag, very sporty motif carry bag. And inside the carry bag is a coffee mug, reusable plastic coffee mug. And I guess and it has tied, embossed in the bottom here, hashtag tied, and hashtag tied is embossed up here at the top. And I gather the whole motif is the recyclable plastic, because this watch is not just made of plastic, it's made of recycled ocean plastic. I can believe them in that because they've already been several successful recycling, or I shouldn't say recycling, ocean capture, plastic capture projects. And I guess selling the plastic to companies who want to repurpose it is better than just dumping it into a landfill. So I could easily believe that they did that. So you open it up. Inside is the watch. Very, very nice, interesting, reusable packaging. You could use it as a travel case, and then you have a mug when you get there. Decent quality plastic mug. Then you take the watch off, and rubber strap. The case is the recycled plastic, and the buckle and tang are recycled plastic. The strap is rubber, and quick disconnect. So it really is a good quality plastic watch. For example, Breitling's got their plastic carbon fiber watch, and that's $2,000. This is retailing at 690 euros here in Germany, and I was able to get 5% for cash, so I only paid 655 euros for this the day it came out, and this was the only one of its color that was in the store. They only talk about undersupply. I realized that Maurice Lacroix wasn't expecting people queuing up at their doors, but they literally sent the Frankfurt Christ boutique one complete set, one of each color of the 8 different colors of the watch. But they are pretty watches, and with the quick replace straps, even if they don't sell straps, you could buy a bunch of the watches and just play around with the straps. But I strongly believe that they're going to have different straps available for this. So, oh, by the way, I did want to mention that plastic in watches isn't all that new. The Universal Genève Senna has this, like they called it carbon plastic, like carbon fiber filled plastic or graphite filled plastic exactly. I'm not exactly sure what kind of carbon plastic it was, but they aren't load bearing links. They're just plastic applied to the outer surfaces of the steel links. So it's just a cosmetic usage on this watch, whereas this is a purely plastic watch. It's the recycled plastic mixed with glass, so it gives it a much harder, much smoother presentation that I would say is roughly relatively scratch resistant. I'll let you know. I'm not going to try to scratch it myself, but as I wear it around, I'll let you know. And I will wear it because I bought it primarily to review against the Moon Swatch, but I couldn't get my hands on a Moon Swatch, which is either a blessing or a curse, because the fact that they're leaking onto people's skin, or some of them are leaking onto some people's skin, I'm not going to say one way or the other, it's alleged, I do not know the facts of the case, so I'm not going to draw judgment, but the rumors of the leakage onto skin, this doesn't leak, and the plastic is very high quality. Like I said, you could say it's glass-filled plastic, and they've got the little Maurice Lacroix logo on the rubber strap. And like I said, high quality. As far as plastic and rubber materials go, I would say this, like I said, is on build quality on the case, as good, if not better, than the Breitling, because it's rougher because of the carbon fiber material used on the Breitling. But this is worthy of the Maurice Lacroix name, and at its price point, it's a perfect weekender dive watch. Not dive watch as in diving, dive watch as in to go to dive bars with, so you don't have to worry about anything happening to it, but it's still fun and cool and funky. And it's got a sapphire crystal. We'll test that when we do the close-up. And before we get into the close-up, please remember to subscribe. It really helps the channel. And if we hit 2,000 subscribers before the end of the year, I'll go to, well, I'm already doing the weekly live stream, but I don't always do a weekly recorded episode. We hit 2,000 subscribers. I'll start doing weekly recorded episodes as well, and I'll beg, borrow, and steal a watch, or I'll start using imagery from online. I was going to do a Watches and Wonders overview because I can just go and grab some of the images and do some of my own pontificating on what I think about that. So if that goes over well, I'll start doing more reviews of just watches based on their images. But I like to hold on to the watches, and I think you appreciate that I touch the watches for my reviews. Let me know what you think, please. I wouldn't be here without you, and I listen to your input. So having said that, let's turn the camera around and take a look at this fun, colorful piece. Here's the new Maurice Lacroix Aikon Tide. Actually, quite a nice watch, especially considering that it's made out of, I would say, a reinforced plastic. This is not an April Fool joke, by the way, even though I am posting this on April 1st. Some people may say, ooh, cool Swiss plastic watch, and think it's a play on the recent mistake that Swatch made with the Omega Moon Swatch with Swatch. That being kind of a plastic ceramic composite. This is actually a glass plastic composite. So it actually, I mean, I've worn it, touched it. It's a very solid plastic. It has a very good, stable feel. It doesn't feel like it could scratch easily. I'm not going to try, but it's a nice, solid outer case. I say outer case because this actually has a lot of watches that are plastic have metal parts because it's hard to put screws into plastic through plastic. You know, for example, this G-Shock has a metal back screwed in with 4 screws. This uses a whole bunch of screws, 6 screws, and has the hashtag Tide on the back, because the tie-in on this watch is that the plastic in this watch came from the ocean, supposedly. I believe them, because now that they have those projects that are picking up plastic out of the ocean, I guess they're looking for things to do with it besides just dump it into a landfill. And this may wind up one day in the trash, but not for a long time, because this is, as I was saying, a quality plastic Swiss watch. Like, this is a quality plastic watch. The G-Shock, not that expensive, worth having in your collection, and a utilitarian piece, straight up plastic. This feels like regular plastic. This doesn't. This actually does feel harder and different. Now, the bezel is also of the same material. The straps are rubber. Now, the interesting thing about the straps is they're quick release. You see, so they put some thought into this. This is a solidly constructed, well-made watch, and it has a sapphire crystal. Let me show you. Get out the old tester here and dial it up properly. There we go, and we got sapphire. So it's a plastic sports watch made by Maurice Lacroix and intended to be a serious plastic sports watch, not a throwaway or something that is disposable. This watch is seriously intended to be a useful, functional, sporty, 100-meter, water-resistant, screw-down crown, sapphire crystal, Swiss sports watch that just happens to be made out of plastic. Maurice Lacroix put a lot of thought and effort into the case. The movement, not so much, I must admit, because we'll open it up in a second and you'll see what I mean. It's got a ronda movement in it. Nothing impressive, but enough to do the job. In fact, well, let's do a quick wristwatch check. I'm wearing my Sorna sports. I wouldn't call it a GMT. It has a world time dial on it and such, but it's another fun vintage piece that I encourage people to at least play with if they can get their hands on one. This actually looks the Aikon Tide looks very good, actually. It comes in a variety of colors, and some of them even have diamonds in the indices. I gather they intend those for either ladies or, well, actually, there are gentlemen who like diamonds as well. So, straight up rubber strap. The buckle and tang are of the same material as the case, and as you see, it sits nicely. It's pretty slim. We'll do measurements in a second, but all in all, it looks good on the wrist. It looks like a quality. I mean, yes, it's made of plastic, but it looks like something that's seriously put together, not just injection molded on and slapped into place. They put some real thought, like I said, into the case construction, and like I said, sapphire crystal and screw down crown, 100-meter water resistance. This is a great beach party watch. So let's open it up and take a quick look inside. Use proper tools, I always say. I like the way that they've sculpted the face, and it really does look like a quality piece. I mean, for a plastic watch, obviously. The retail on this was 690 euros, and they even gave me a 5% discount for paying cash, so I got it for 655 euros. So let's pop the quick releases off. And let's put it into the block. Always use proper tools. You never want to damage your watch, no matter what it's worth. So let's open it up. And there's the movement. Like I said, it's a Swiss ronda movement. They're one jewel, basic workhorse quartz movement, suitable for driving a three-hander. But like I was saying, I'm impressed with the case construction. They really did take the trouble to make it a good, solid case. This isn't just like a thin piece of sheet metal. This is actually a pretty substantive case cover. And the inner metal frame, plastic spacer, but inner metal frame gives this a good solidity and reinforces the outer case. Inside, like I said, you can see the basic Swiss ronda movement, but I mean, it's just a plastic three-hander, and its retail is about $700. So after discounts, you're going to probably see it for between $600 and $650. Like I said, I got mine for $655, and I got it new off the shelf. They only had the one in the store of this color. They'll obviously have more downstream, but I did a whole live stream on the whole issue with the Swatch, Moon Swatch, and this launch, and in neither case did the companies, even though they spent real money on advertising and marketing, didn't provide enough inventory. In the case of the Maurice Lacroix, there wasn't very much social media buzz, just their ad campaign, but the overall action of both companies was very disappointing. But I did get my hands on this at least. And in a way, that it's a blessing in disguise, because now I don't have to worry about getting ink leaked into my skin from the moon swatch. And this one, the plastic is actually very, very good quality. I have no issues with it, and it didn't leak anything onto my wrist yet. I'll let you know. Let's put the back on then. So, there you go. Turn off the diamond thingy. So, the watch depends from the buckle. So, I foresee that they're going to sell straps separately so you can mix and match. At the minimum, you could buy a couple and swap the straps between them. They come in a variety of colors as we've shown. And there you go. That wasn't even that much of an effort to do all of the shifting around. So there we go. Got a lock, make sure it's pushed in. Make sure it's nice and secure there. There we go, nice and snug. So, let's do some measurements. It's just about 11 millimeters thick, nice thickness. Well, it does have a quartz movement in it. And case size is 40. Yeah, it's a 40 case. And lug to lug, well, lug to lug doesn't really count because even though they're replaceable, they're integral. But you could argue that from the taper point, you're looking at about 49 millimeters. So it's a good package. The bezel is not as aggressive as the bezel on a lot of the metal models. I like it. I like the presentation. I didn't think I would like a plastic watch the way I like this one. This is, like I said, it's a fun piece. Sapphire crystal a plus, because, yeah, it's a nice watch. It really is. And especially when you consider the price point, get a nice Swiss watch, Swiss sports watch. It's a Swiss sports watch that just happens to be made out of plastic. So let's turn the camera around and close out the episode. So that was the Maurice Lacroix Aikon Tide plastic glass composite watch, removable rubber straps, screw down crown, sapphire crystal. A fun, colorful sports watch that just happens to be made out of plastic. I think they did a very good job with this, and it's definitely worth the price point, especially once it hits the market and starts getting discounted. But totally worth it. A good second watch, something that you could wear and not worry about where you are with it. So thanks for watching. I appreciate you taking the time. Please subscribe. It really helps. Thanks.